Good afternoon. My name is Michael Barnes, and I'm the CEO of TeacherTalent. We are bringing intelligent hiring to teachers and schools. Thank goodness. I want to take a moment, though, to introduce a groundbreaking new product that we're excited to roll out called Siri. Please don't rush to your lawyer to sue us.
I can't do this anymore. I can't take it one more day. It's too much.
Oh no, sweetie. What's wrong?
I'm just putting in too many hours, not getting enough respect. I don't even feel like a professional. I'm certainly not getting paid enough to put up with this.
Sweetie, I know we looked at the pay scale. It's not equitable. Your workload is insufferable, and you should be getting better treatment.
Look, I just had it. I love the students. I love the idea of doing this. I just don't think I could do it anymore.
Oh, you sound serious.
I am serious, I think.
I know you want me to listen more and not just jump in to help, but I could run a quick survey of peer group employees, see if their compliments line up, and ping management to say, hey, this is systemic. And we can float your resume and get a few offers. Not that you had to jump anytime soon, but the leverage would be great.
You know what? I love you, Siri. You're amazing. You're the best.
Thank you.
All right, so that's Siri. You know, I think this conference is great about talking about the future of work and the future of hiring and the future of human capital. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, because a lot of us founders, you know, in our late night coffee shop chats, we talk about the future and then we see it unfold faster than we anticipate in 3 months, 6 months, 9-month cycles. And the future of hiring will look a lot like the movie Her. And you'll be talking to her or him, and you know, an AI chatbot will listen and be empathetic and can be backed by a human to step in at any point if you need that, and then automatically parse the data to provide systemic information to decision makers to understand why people are leaving, why people are going through difficult times, and why their performance outcomes, especially schools, are struggling. So it's going to happen. We hopefully will be the ones to do it. Not tomorrow, but soon. Because hiring is very hard. And more importantly, hiring in K-12 is struggling because the fact is job boards have long since been dead. Most of us, if we've gotten a job recently, it's because we knew someone and we use that connection, that network referral, to get us the introduction we need to demonstrate our skill sets. Job boards know they're dead. If you talk to people on the inside of job board companies or the big HR job board companies in K-12, like Frontline and People Admin, they're hiring 2 and 3 times more call center employees than they are software engineers, because they've noticed their fill rates are on this downward spiral because technology is not enough. If they don't understand how to crack the nut of relationality with teachers and empathize, they're not going to win. And they actually don't care to, because they're market dominant and they're owned by PE firms. They're going to sell for another multiple of $1 billion. So they have no incentive to actually innovate, just to dominate. Why I care about education, you know, I'm a former teacher. I was a hiring manager for a charter school district, and then I trained teachers for Teach for America. And I'm also a university researcher, so it's my life, but also it's a massive crisis. And I've been saying this for a year, and then we have walkouts and states shut down. But we know that churn is a huge problem, exceeding 500,000 employees leaving districts or the profession entirely in 2018. That's 16% of the workforce in an $8 billion a year problem. And those aren't just any employees. Obviously, they're the backbone of the infrastructure. That's a policy brief we released recently from UCEA, and I managed to author a policy brief while running the company. That's why I'm 4th author. But you know, we were able to identify exactly how acute this issue is. Everybody's suffering from a flavor of the teacher shortage. That's key. Now, the problem that we thought at first when we started working with schools, when we opened up a private beta that grew to 50 districts in the last year across the country in 10 different states, we thought the problem was finding the right people to fill the unfilled positions. And so we did what naturally you would do in a startup. We actually figured out how to answer the question of what's going on in schools. Schools are very quixotic. They take all the public money that they can get, right? $1 trillion a year, and we don't really know what they're doing with it for the most part. And same with teachers. It's hard to understand what's going on with teachers. So what we did is we learned how to make right-size data requests using Freedom of Information Act, using technology at scale across the country, so we can aggregate all the information from bureaucrats and embed it into our database. So we know actively about 3.4 million teachers in America with deep learning on the 10 states we're currently deployed to. It takes us about 3 to 4 weeks to onboard an entire state. And I learned it's helpful to show you the detail. This is all scrambled mock data, but it resembles just samples of what we know. We know the salary, we know their experience, their certifications. Also on the business side, we learn about what tools people are currently using and their budget for spending, their projected vacancies, so they think. And armed with this data, we can start to matchmake teachers and schools, which sounds great, should be a great pathway to profitability. And we actually built a beautiful solution that uses a Trello-style dashboard to take all of those perfect fit teachers that we use our data to source, and then the hiring manager can drag them from left to right to hire. All right, so we built the distribution, the sourcing system. The challenge is we go to a district and we're so excited, here's 100 best fit teachers. You said you couldn't find one, we have all of them. 5 to 7 year experienced veterans, diverse teachers of color, ready to work with families in the communities that you serve. But the sad thing is they didn't know what to do. The hiring managers were stumped. They wouldn't pick up the phone. So we learned that by going down to a snackable size of candidates, 4 to 5 at a time. And that's when we found out using our data that they weren't making calls. They weren't doing what it takes to build a relationship with the very people they demanded they need. So going forward, we've learned the lesson, relationships rule. And if you want to talk to us, we are the only solution using digital career coaches that are efficient that combines intelligence with the relational approach needed to succeed in intelligent hiring for schools and for teachers. So that's just a brief deep dive. They always say you should be able to explain your mission to an 8-year-old, and we're growing. But in the meantime, I'll let an 8-year-old explain us.
Is a website where teachers can go to get hired at schools. So if you can't find the perfect school, then you could just go on TeacherTalent and find a job.
There you go. Thank you very much.